Hello, Divine Feminine. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Look at that. Okay, I was sitting here shuffling the decks and hearing what was lost may be found, what was lost will be found. I was also hearing it took you a long time to really realize, so I think we all say this, but then maybe we don't act on it, is what they're getting at. It's like to really realize that, oh, okay, a few more. Okay. To really realize you have a heart of gold, and that's what's so special about you. Chariot, Three of Pentacles. Chariot's been playing a major role lately. Okay, let's get these cards out. King of Swords. With the Ace of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Temperance. Six of Cups. Five of Swords. Son of Swords. Page of Swords. Eight of Swords. The Moon. God, I want to say this has been in this position a lot. Judgment, the Ten of Swords, Justice, Wheel of Fortune. All right, for those of you who have had a situation where you felt unfairly treated, betrayed, backstabbed, I do think someone is coming back to make things right. Oh man, I do wish those cards were like in the reverse positions, but we're gonna work with what we have here. He is very impatient, right? He's in this very impulsive energy here. To me is what it's coming off as. A lot of swords. And I feel like the work part of this has been done. Why are they using these weird phrases today? It's like, he's like, I ran the gauntlet for you. Okay, first of all, I don't think you made him do anything, but he did what he wanted to do. Standing out so much. Well, these cards are kind of like that, but it's like all black and white, and then there's these rainbows. This is my favorite card in all of tarot. I think it is the most beautiful card. I think he's guessing or wondering, can he actually do this? Can he actually manifest what he wants? Because what he does have, nobody else will do but you. Okay. What he does have is his sword. What he's trying to get is a way to tell you how he feels. What he doesn't have is pentacles here. Could mean a lot of different things. Could mean he doesn't have money. Could mean he is afraid he can't give you a certain type of lifestyle. I don't know if that's relevant for everyone. Could be that there's some kind of obvious difference between you two that makes him feel bad about himself. It makes him observe the lack. And I feel like he's been running from that for a while. He's been, you know, there's this old saying, like, my dad used to say it to me, like, sometimes when you're poor or don't have a lot of money, this was for business deals, it's wise to try to look like you do. And sometimes when you have a lot of money, it's wise to look like you don't. And there's something about that here. There's something about the fact that he's coming to realize, yes, he's coming to realize not everything is as it looks. And he spent a lot of time, I think, worrying about the looks of things. Not only if there's a difference between you two, how things look to other people, but also I feel like the mates or the people he tried to date, okay, we have the telescope again. That was in yesterday's reading. And the moon, which is right here. I want to take that card. It's like he tried to look very impressive, but he was like impressing the wrong people. And he figured that out. 11 card. And the egg with this child in it. Okay, so it's like ever since he was young, kind of was envious of people who looked a certain way or had things like looked like their life was going correctly. Isn't this so interesting? He's been watching and playing, you know, very quiet. I wouldn't be surprised if the beige card comes out here because this is very beige energy. He's been observing people. He's been observing you. You haven't had the luckiest time in life. You haven't had everything go your way. But what really seems to impress him is when things go wrong, it just makes you better. It just makes you glow up or bloom. I keep getting that word bloom since yesterday. It's like this lotus where you take the mud and you create this beautiful life, you know, out of wisdom in a way. He's definitely looking back at the past, and he's looking at the way, the things that you two talked about. He may even be reading old messages because I see twice here. He has some kind of time. Something's affecting his time right now. For whatever reason, it could be anything in his life. Yeah, that makes sense. I was going through this portal of sorts. But this portal, it will, for someone could have passed away in his life. I'm getting that pretty strongly. Or it could be ill. Okay. So he's going through a portal of it's like the egg is cracking open in a way, and for some reason they're using that because it's like when you're in that protected egg, there are no limitations or restrictions, except the egg is the restriction, right? But you don't know that because you haven't ever experienced anything outside of it. And, you know, when you're a child, your people keep you safe, right? It's not like they're going to drop you off at Disneyland alone and you're going to be able to run free to do whatever you want. They keep you in their sphere, right? This kind of came up yesterday. And something has happened for him to understand that his sphere opened up a lot. And he's seeing things from a very different perspective, especially like working hard and following the right way to do things. Not that most masculines are even traditional anyway, but it's like seeing that, well, they tell you to do this and do this and do this and do this and then you'll be happy. And it's like, no, I don't see that actually. I don't see that in the world. That isn't what I'm being shown results from doing the things you say I should do. And he most especially sees that with you. Because for you are somehow it's like a guiding light, a star, and there's a lot of so many things have not gone the way they should have or he thought they would, and yet you continue to improve, and he still feels the connection and your warmth. This is you, perpetual transmutation, cobra medicine, Scorpio, diamond light. I still fantasize about us together. I look at your social media, Sphinx energy. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt it sometimes. The void again. This is the void. Who's in the void right now? We're so different. Yes. Knows your twin flames. Something happened. I wanted to call on your birthday. I'm curious about what you're doing. Sometimes I think you're talking to me. There is this, I'm scared you'll leave or hurt me. I miss your touch. The Pleiades, you changed me deeper into shadow. All right, so something did happen. Law of vibration fell. Okay, something happened that transmuted his doubt about your relationship. I don't know what it is. It could be this situation he's going through. For some, this could be like a parent is ill, a family member passed, or a friend, or he was let go of a job. Something happened. There's a change here. And there is this desire in the expansion to let go of things that don't support him. Pure light with diamond essence transmits dense energy back into ether and release. So that word ether played a role yesterday too. I feel like what's going to happen is he will say something like, I thought about what you were doing, or I wondered what you were doing. Something you said to me came up, or I thought about what happened before, and it made me wonder what's going on with you. But there is more to this conversation than meets the eye, because, you know, these cards here are really trying to come to an understanding. It's like he's wrestling with something internally about what, you know, when you find out, like, the Easter Bunny was kind of a figment, and you're like, how could people that say that they left me, this is like the weird edge of this, right? Say that they love me, lie to me. Is love, does love mean lies? And that's what's coming off that card. Have I been lied to all of this time? Oh my God, we got that card yesterday. And that card. And I've used this deck since then. Look at, and the burden. This is the exact cards from yesterday. Okay, so I do reference like readings, but I will say, I'm not going to go through it. If you feel that this is a weird reading, but if you feel like it's about you, or you can see your situation in it, then watch yesterday's reading for sure. You can see, again, this is pointing to the past. And here we have, again, there was a lot about projection. So I'm only going to deal right now with the trust issue, because I do feel like that's a very big issue for you. Is that you're having to cross kind of a new boundary of trust, and you see she's like flying up in the air, and it is important for you in a way to kind of let go of what you can let go of. Sorry, I'm getting burps. Okay, let go. There's a lot of fear here on your part about what may happen if you do certain things. I want my animal deck. Do I have it? The consequences are what they're kind of highlighting. This isn't the one I wanted. Oh, I see it. We'll get more than one. Okay. The Ouroboros yesterday was a big deal. Not this card, but a different card. And I feel like you're very worried about things coming back around to hurt you. What kind of situation you can create, right? The octopus is like very fluid, very, in a way, it's kind of uncontrollable. Man. They really want you to be very brave right now. Look at that. It's like that card. Be very brave right now. And we have the shadow of the dragon coming out. With yourself, you know, don't put yourself in a situation where you got, you know, something you can't live with. But You have a certain level of wisdom available to you right now. I mean, the Sphinx energy is a very powerful card, and so is the Cobra. There is a level of transmutation that you have available to you where you can really clear away the extraneous of your life right now. You can really get rid of things that no longer serve your ability to trust. So if you want to heal betrayals from your past, you can. You're going to have to take a higher viewpoint than you're currently at. You know, even the buffalo is a very wise creature. I'll say I don't love the vulture being here. What is the giving? What is that, Spirit? What do you want me to know from the vulture? They're saying your masculine kind of had to exist off of emotional scraps. Like, in his life, in his family, in his relationship, something, the patterning was basically like, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And he got very, very little. And I like to see that you two are really facing each other here. It's like, if you're gonna give the vulture like the alive, so interesting. Oh, okay, I don't want that one. Sandpiper, cat, eagle. Okay. If you're going to give the vulture a live, you know, rabbit to eat, it's not going to be interested in it. It doesn't kill things to eat them. It eats what's left over. And okay, there's like 10 different ways that it's going in right here. Okay, so don't if there's been a long separation, don't just give everything, right? I'm not saying to play games, but I'm saying like allow it to unfold to a certain degree naturally. He's going to tell you about, he let his doubts and fears get the best of him. He's afraid of rejection. He was very worried about the future and he wants your forgiveness. Will he say this all like in a minute? No. He misses you. You mean a lot to him. He wants to talk to you. He wants to come back. He wants this not to be over. He sabotaged it. He doesn't really ever feel good enough to commit to someone. There's a lot of energy here about missing you, missing your energy, missing the way that you... It's a lot about like the way that you cared for him. And this, like, when you two are together, it's kind of this shimmering diamond light. And do we need any more message cards? I don't know. You know, it's like when you feel really good around someone and you feel like you can be totally yourself. Fire sign. Oh, Mercury retrograde. That was the move on. I feel like you had it. There's a confession and commitment. I feel like you, during Mercury retrograde, possibly had a real strong, like, I need to move on from this situation, this thought pattern, it's like a pool of overthinking. I need to move on. I need to take some kind of action here. Because I feel like there was a sort of saturation of your life. Your life had become saturated in the memory of him, or the memories of this pain, and that's not what it's meant to be. You know, this is meant to be like an evolution. This is meant to be it's meant to inspire a spiritual growth. And so there still is a lot of fantasizing here about, on his end especially, about what did I, they're using the word destroy, and can I, you know, it's almost with these cards here, can I resurrect it? And you have Judgment on the bottom of the deck. This is very much a resurrection card. It's like, can I resurrect what is dead here? Will she forgive me ever? And I don't feel like he truly knows the answer to that question, but he's looking for signs. He's looking, although he appears to be sleeping, he is observing you, and he is observing what you're doing. And what you seem to be doing is closing out a period of somewhat of a struggle, or things not going exactly the way that you had hoped that they would go. And that seems, in these cards at least, to have been for your benefit. And what he wants to know is what is possible. There's things that need to be uncovered here. I put away one of the cards, apparently, but, oh yeah, I did. There's things that he needs to know. Is this something that will last? Is this something permanent, or at least very, because he's got these memories of this past lives, or something he can't explain, feelings that he doesn't understand, right? This portal. And again, it's like, this is the rest of his life in black and white, and this is you in color. And you've got the 2 and the 3 of Wands, and it's asking himself, like, the 6 of Cups and the Magician's very creative energy, but he really doesn't feel like he's got that ability. I think that's one of the first things I said. It's like, he's been waiting for things to be revealed, waiting in a very kind of sly manner, in a very deceptive manner in a lot of ways. I feel like from these cards, if you were to be truly, really real with you, that he wishes he would have done more growth, more work. He wishes he would have overcome some of the challenges that he uses as excuses, and they're still plaguing him. I do feel like that's what this next phase is about. In a way that the Vulture card could be about him kind of picking the scraps off his own, you know, when his ego dies, he can pick the scraps off of that, you know. That's a very poetic take on that card, but I like it. And he can transmute that. Now I'll say, with Magician reversed and the Devil, he is not in super, looked at this yesterday too, it's not super honorable energy, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. It's not super there could be some hidden motives there. There could be a desire just to be physical. There could be, I don't know, there could be a lot of things there. And I see him wrestling with his dark side a bit. And it came up in the reading where you feel like, no, I can't remember exactly what I said, but it's like you feel, can I trust, is what they're saying. Like, can I trust this? Can I trust him? Where he hasn't been so trustworthy. Wow. Wow. Two super, super powerful cards. Oh, these are like my cards right here. Very powerful. Okay, Athena. You have a lot of inner wisdom going on right now. And if you're open to it, I'm going to put this over her because Facebook. Okay, I mean, YouTube. You have this inner wisdom, inner goddess, and abundance here. So you keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make the mark. So they're asking you to know what you want and why you want it. He has the arts. Look at the foot in the lotus petal and the swan right there. I don't use these cards, but creative activities. You're inspiring him. As I said, he's watching you. Your energy is very inspiring. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teachings. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So that's a very, very powerful card of Hathor. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. There we have the dolphin again, right? And you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. And there's the moon and the owl and the water. So there's no real getting away from the fact that you have a lot of inner guidance right now. And they want you to work with that and learn to trust it. And learning always requires that we make mistakes, okay? That's how we learn, actually. I'm going to do 3 piles of advice so you can pick from Diana, which will be this Super 7. I think that's what that is. Athena, which will be the green opal. And then what? Yeah, I'll do this one. Sarasvati with the blue tiger's eye. Okay. So you're quite enchanted right now. You're quite magnetic and charismatic, and there's a lot of energy around you that he's sensing. We have Joan of Arc on the bottom of the deck. Your throat, especially, your voice, especially, is very enchanted. What else do I want here? Not that. Oh, these. We'll do these. Time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. There is a level of patience they're asking you to have. We did see the Temperance card on the external in the reading, and yes, it was in the reverse, but it still is kind of, and they keep bringing up Sagittarius, and for some reason, and you with this bow, right? This bow is somewhat enchanted. And there's a certain level, like it's not a guarantee, but there's a certain level of success that you should have when you decide what you want. We have balance and trust, Prehenite, and Boji stones. So think carefully about what you actually want to aim at, you know? Think very carefully about it. And learn to focus your thoughts, feelings, and actions on that. Thor's red, black, and gold protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transformation and transition. Relax, you are safe. So only you, I always say this, right? Only you know what's appropriate to risk or change. Look at that again with the bow. So this first pile, wow, this is cool cards together. Focus, intention, Diana. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. The past is now behind you, release it and embrace new possibilities. So this 111 portal, here we go, right? A new path is available to you, follow it with faith. Lapis lazuli, past life. And you, as always, you can work with these energies in meditation or sleep or however you want to ask that you work with them. Dusky pink dragon from Andromeda prepares all your chakras to embody a higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. And this is the dragon that has the musical notes. And yesterday I talked about frequencies. And you may get a lot of assistance from working with frequencies or music right now. Okay, the second card, Athena. So, Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real and miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So this is about really purging triggers and becoming more brave here. Courage. Because when we're stuck in those lower frequencies, right, we aren't taking action. We may want to change, but we just keep repeating a cycle over and over again because we can't get up above courage, because there's something in our body and our subconscious where it's causing fear. There's like a trapped thing in the past. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ's light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. This does seem to indicate, and here she had the water again with the owl. It's like you may not trust easily, and that may be because of what happened in the past. And that's time to look at that. And then this one, Mercury, surrender, sexuality, and the green gold dragon from Sirius. Open communication. This is an interesting, complex pile. Get the weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. So again, that enchanted voice. And these are very important symbols here around him. Surrender at times. We must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And I talked about that a lot in the reading. Sexuality, it may be that there's something different about this relationship than you're used to in your sexual relationships, and then that may be some blockage that you need to overcome. Green Gold Dragon from Sirius brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology and be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. And of course, this usually means that you're connected via the web. And it's asking you to create the world you wished you lived in, right? That is what that, the egg, the restriction, not literally, but, metaphorically, when we feel restricted, we have a great desire to expand. And that's what causes expansion. It causes you to do that energetic work first. And I would, for this pile, if you feel called to that, maybe Abraham Hicks might be a good resource for you, because they talk about that a lot. And yeah, that's what I'm getting. So flower jade may also be a stone to work with. And so yes, if you'd like a personal reading, I have them on Etsy, and I have them in my stand store if you want immediate answers. That one is within 3 hours. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I really, really appreciate you doing the work you do on your journey, doing the healing work, because that raises all of humanity. Whenever we heal ourselves, so many people who won't choose to do the work are assisted by us, and that's just such a blessing in this world. So thank you so much. Bye for now.